Welcome back to Gaming Assembled. Today is part 4 of our CK3 A Game of Thrones House Sarwyck series. Thank you for joining us. Before we start, we'd love to hear from you. So like, comment and subscribe to the channel and interact with us on social media. And thank you to Bowie Balisian, Noah Miller, The Real Jeebus and Joe Miranda for subscribing already. Let's get started. Okay, so welcome back to Westeros, welcome back to the Sarwyck campaign. So last time we continued on with our intrigue and our plotting and our quest to try and make the, to bring our house out of obscurity. One of the people in the comments about, I think it was a comment on episode 1 maybe, I'm not certain, I can't quite remember, asked me how I sort of chose this one. It's a bit of an obscure house to use. Yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, I gave my reasons for why I chose this one back in part 1, but hopefully, you know, what we're doing is we are bringing it out of obscurity. I mean, I talked in a recent top 5 video that I did, Minor Houses. House Sarwyck featured in there because it is one of my favourites. It's one that I really enjoy playing as, and so I didn't put it as number 1. It wasn't my absolute number 1, but in there. But it certainly made the list. And if you haven't seen that, please do watch it. You know, I think it was quite a good collection of houses to start as. But one of the things I talked about for the Sarwicks is that we're bringing, you know, they've seen the way that the Lannisters run things. They've seen how they scheme and how they how they operate things and make things happen. And they've been paying attention, and it's now time for them. And so, you know, there's lots going on. So we're happening in the background and things. So yeah, I think that's certainly a good mentality to have with this. Good mentality to have. So, back to what we were doing. So last time we completed our conquest of the High Lordship. You know, we took it away from the Paynes, who fairly prominent, you know, in terms of certainly the stories. I mean, there's people in there in the, this chap tends to be the one that people have heard of most, Sir Ilyn Payne, and things. Obviously, he's mute and things. He was, I think, the executioner, I think, something like that. But yeah, so obviously people have heard of the Paynes in the actual series, but they're no longer the High Lords of the Gold Road. That's now us, and they are our vassals. So we were looking to try and weaken his hold further. I don't think we necessarily need to remove him from power. I think having them there in the background is fine and things, but I think to have him holding all of this land is probably not in our interests, and so we're going to look at trying to do something about that. I think we are fabricating a claim on this land. So we might leave him with this one, something like that. Maybe that's what we do. I mean, it depends, I suppose, on how much we don't like him. I mean, we're not that bothered about him, really. He seems all right. Oh, by the way, yes, I added that in. I added in a couple of mods, in my humble opinion mod and things like that. Just little things, nothing too major, just to sort of help us with what we do in our roleplay. I've used some of these, I've used these mods in the Orvieto series. It's not the whole collection in this that I've used in that. There's just a few, literally maybe 2 or 3, but I will include a list of the mods I've added in into the description for this episode. It's just, as I say, things like that, little things to, for my opinion of them, things like that just really quite add to the role play a little bit. I think it does make a big difference. So anyway, so we don't particularly dislike Lord Tybert. So I think obviously to strip him of all his lands is probably unnecessary, although he doesn't like us very much, but we have just taken away most of his lands and blackmailed him and declared war on him, and we've not been particularly kind to him. But, you know, I think we'll probably leave him with some land and things, and we'll redistribute the rest. But, you know, we'll see how we go. You know, if he does something to particularly annoy us, then maybe we will take all his lands off him, but for now, anyway. Right, so the other things that we can do, what I was thinking as well, is that we have, obviously we have our sons who don't have lands. Obviously our first son, Alistair, will inherit our lands. That's fine, no problems. We have Valar, who is he's an illegitimate child of our line. I don't think we've legitimized him. I don't think we have. Can't see that we have. But, request to legitimize. So, no, we haven't done that, and our liege wouldn't do it anyway. What we could do, though, is offer him a knighthood. So I think that would be something that would be good for us to do. You know, he's our son after all. We want to, you know, we want to sort of give him as much of a treatment as anyone else. And I think as well, also giving him some land might be a good idea. Now, obviously not a full county, perhaps. He is an illegitimate line of our house. However, what I am thinking is we could, if there is a spare barony knocking about, we could look at giving him that. Now, I don't think these two are particularly deserving of being stripped of their lands. So what we'll do is perhaps over here somewhere, maybe, you know, one of these perhaps, you know, I mean, this young lad, for example, maybe in this brutal time, you know, if we do take on this land, maybe Coin Keep could be Valar's, you know, maybe that's what we give him, or something like that anyway. Maybe, I mean, what's he going to inherit? He's not going to particularly inherit anything, is he? So, again, we could give him some land. I think that would be something we would do. We're about pushing our family's interests. That's what we're about. Expanding the family's holdings. And this is really fed into everything we've done so far. What's this? Decision, petition, leave. Grand tourney. Pay your debt to the Iron Bank. Oh, yes, we need to do that. How much do we owe? I don't think we've got enough to settle it yet, but we can pay some. Relative knighthood. Good. Right. But yes, so we're now massively in debt. That was a bit of a silly move to make. Okay. That's gonna be silly. Why did I do that? Well, we'll have to just wait for that. But anyway, so as the door of the birthing chamber opens, I am not greeted by smiling midwives and crying babe. Instead, Lady Leonella's heart-wrenching wails. I am sorry, my lord. The midwife does not look me in the eye. In her arms is a tiny, covered bundle. Your son, he is in the seven heavens now. So the baby died. Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. I thought it would offer me an option to sort of just pay off what I'd got. I didn't think it would just take off the whole thing. So, wow, she's pregnant again. Obviously, quite fertile. But anyway. But yes, so I didn't think it would do that. So that was a bit of a mistake on my part. But never mind. We'll just make the best of it, I guess. I still think going into debt was worth it to get the High Lordship. I think that suits what we were trying to do and what, you know, our ambitions. But yes, that's a bit of an issue. So we'll just have to see how it goes. We'll just let it play. Now, what we were doing, I think, last time is, yes, we were trying to kill this lad. Because in the same way as we've trimmed the family tree of Alistair's wife's family, we're trying to do the same thing here. The Lansdales, the line of succession goes this lad here, followed by, move cursor, there we go, followed by a baby, followed by this girl here, who happens to be married to our son. And we've established really that we are not frightened to kill people and to prune other people's family trees. and to the point where it did a bit of a Norman Bates on a maester, random maester that annoyed us last time. I had a comment about that, saying that, about how went to all the trouble of killing the random maester. Yeah, I did. I mean, my guy's wrathful and stubborn, and is very much a stabby kind of guy. I think that's perfectly in keeping, and things. Yes, it might be a bit extreme, but this guy kills people, just for giggles. It's not really the height of moral conscience. So I think it's in keeping, really. Yes, it might seem a little extreme, but there you go. But I found the comment incredibly amusing. And things, but yeah, he perhaps was a bit Norman Bates on him. He's sort of psychopath kind of thing. But yeah, Norman Bates was in Psycho, if you've not got that reference. But yeah, so okay. But anyway, moving on. So our scheme has been discovered. Never mind. Okay, so it's probably not going to happen. So probably not going to be able to kill him, which is a bit unfortunate. And the question is, do we want to get discovered? I suppose we could cancel that. We could abandon that. We'll not be able to resume that again. We'll look at that in a minute. We'll not be able to resume that in a little while, for a while. But maybe we... where is it? Where are they? The Lansdales. There they are. I knew they were down here somewhere. Maybe, is there anyone in the court that we could influence? Anyone that we could get to know better? Is there a female spy master or something like that would be a valuable ally? Not really. The Septon, no, it's all men. Courtier, daughter, wife, aunt and guest. There's no one who jumps out at me as being particularly likely to want to get involved with murder. So, I mean, but we can try. I mean, let's try seducing this guy's wife. Again, that's a tactic we used before. Maybe she'll be a good agent for us and we can try again. Let's have a look. Disrupt schemes, effectiveness, digging for dirt. Yeah, I think that one's... Oh, hang on, what's that? Dark insights. No, let's go with digging for dirt. That'd probably be a good one. And enemy hostile scheme chance minus 25%. Kidnapper. Ooh, that might be quite good. Kidnapper. That'd be a different way of doing it. So we'll head down there and see if we can get that, because that might be quite a good thing. Spouse up to the task. So she's going to give some education points, some extra help to one of our courtiers, one of our council members. Well, considering... Oh, no, he's not. I was going to say we could use Valar, but he's not listed. So how about... Who have we got? We've got the Marshal, we've got the Steward, and we've got the Maester. Oh, no, the Septon. I think we go with the Steward. I think that's probably best. I mean, he's the one that probably needs most help. Okay. Paying homage. My vassal, Lord Tywin, has arrived outside my castle with a grand procession of well-dressed diplomats, knights, and exotic entertainers. The fellowship resembles a parade led by Tywin himself. In a booming voice, Tywin announces that he's here to pay homage, and he comes bearing gifts of gold. Excellent. Such generosity is hard to find in a subject. Tywin's loyalty is truly something to treasure. So this is our Baron who holds Kin's Ward just there. Please enter, deposit the gold on your left. Why, surely you have more to give. So I could lose some opinion and get a bit more gold, which might be useful. Would I do that? What would I do? Ambitious, wrathful, stubborn. Well, he's not a member of our family, and we are, as I say, about... yeah, I think maybe we would. I mean, maybe we would go for that. We're not the sort of kindest of figures, and he's not particularly of any importance to us, so... everyone appreciates a gift, but perhaps I would come up with something truly unique. Will make a real impression on Lady Ella. So this is the person we're trying to seduce. Commission poetry on the joys of life dedicated to her. Wood carving of a castle. Well... Well, I don't know. Does she appreciate architecture? Probably not. I mean, she could do. I suppose she's intelligent, but she's got more diplomatic leanings. Let's go with that. Let's go with the poetry. Unsure as to the reason you sent me a gift like this, but I took note of it. What did I do wrong? Okay. All right. Never mind. Whoops. Too much of a good thing. Never would I have thought that a man could have too much passion, yet it seems life has proved me wrong. Some days I feel as if my spare time is nothing but fantasizing about future with Pera, losing in cards to Amorai, and coming up with the most charming compliments for Ella. How long can I go on like this? These women will be the end of me. Okay, so... let's see. So we've got Pera, who is ill. They're all ill. And she's a fornicator. And so where is she? She's in that court. So I've no particular use for her now. She is wandering somewhere, I guess. Where is she? Located in Dark Groves. So she's over here somewhere. God knows why, how she's ended up over there. Or Ella, obviously, is the one that we're trying to... No, she's the again, she's that court, isn't she? She's the former lady of the place. Use your romantic skills to keep your lover satisfied without overworking yourself. So we could do that because of our seducer trait. Yeah, we'll do that rather than giving people up. And we conserve assets in case we need them again. My son, yep. So we've got another son. Good Westerman name. Raymond. Yes, I don't think we've got a son called Raymond, have we? No, we haven't. I think it's just he's our Reynard. So we'll go with that. Very good. Raymond Sarwyck. A ransom. Lady Sansa is dear to me. Would you let her go in return for this offer? All right. Okay. So this is him trying to get his wife out of prison. Yeah, fine. No problems. Endless hearings. Not a day goes by without some new inconsequential matter being brought before my attention in court. Today it seems like it is Lord Tybert's and Lord Sanford's even turn to waste my time with a petty dispute. They would have me believe this is an issue placing the very safety of the realm at risk, yet I cannot even shake the feeling that they are largely overestimating the severity of the situation to feed their own ego. Guards, get these ruffians out of my sight so I lose opinion of both of them, or let me hear this one more time. So I get a weak hook on Lord Sanford, and again some stress. So if I support Tybert, I just get opinion. Right, I think we go with that. We're about trying to get things out of people, I guess. I mean, I don't think wrathful. Maybe I could. Maybe that would be the way I'd go. Or would I want to get a hook? No, I think I have to go with the wrathful thing. As much as I'd like to get a hook, that's probably the best one. My beloved's balcony. Lady Ella's windows are lit by a warm glow. Even from the ground I can see movement inside. My pulse thrums loudly in my ears. That's probably just tinnitus. both courting the chance to bed her, as well as visiting Lansdale Watch, has left me in deep waters. Okay, so right. So I'll look outside and shine up my night. Up I go. So smouldering chemistry. Up I go. She gains opinion of me. Okay. So I think, what would we do? I think we definitely up and at 'em. I think that's certainly our way. I will leave a seashell for her to find along with it. Nah, that's too subtle. But now let's up and at 'em. Yeah, that's it. As soon as I reach the balcony, she steps outside with a lethargic grimace on her face. What silly stunt is this, Reynard? You cannot. You are Lord. This is not appropriate. Okay. Whoops. Child of my dynasty. So this is Garwen's son. Excellent. Expand the realm, expand the family a little bit more. Travelling bard. Lorimer, an itinerant bard, popular with the common folk, has arrived at my court. A local landowner encouraged him to seek me out so as he might perform for myself and my household. Prior to the performance, he came to ask me what sort of music would be most pleasing to my ears. Got to be something about the valor of House Sarwyck. I think, anything to big up our family is definitely the way to go. His performance went over swimmingly, with not a single member of my household left unimpressed. Beyond the specific ballad I requested, Lorimer played many more gorgeous tunes, much to everyone's delight. Excellent. Splendid evening. So, now or never. Let's give it a go. Sting of rejection. Oh, well, never mind. That didn't work, did it? So... We've got any... Where are they? So she's turned us down. I mean, we could try her again, maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking instead we go by, this route. There's not many people in this court that I can seduce. And perhaps my guy's... Perhaps he's getting a little old for it now. I mean, he's 58. He's a bit too old to be climbing up balconies, perhaps. So perhaps we... keep going and try and get the where are we up to? We're nearly there. We're about halfway around it, aren't we? Perhaps we get the kidnapper one and we try and kidnap some people, and then they can have little accidents or something once they've been kidnapped. Maybe that's the way we go. Try and get things that way. Right, so we're getting down with this money. Our acquaintance has died. The king is dead. Long live the king. So King Rhaegar. Is anyone else on this list that's gone? John Arryn. I think we talked about him, didn't we? I just don't think I removed him from the list. And the Lord of the Iron Islands. Did I have him on? Did I put him on my list already? Yes, I must have done. So I've dealt with those. I've just not removed the former people from the list. That is fine. That's a point, actually. What happened with the Vale in the end? Did they keep it still? Yeah, still got it. Kept it as their own sort of crown lands. So, so the Vale, really, in a way, is no more. So that's interesting. Anyway, let's put that away. So, in terms of our ambitions, what are we doing then? So, yeah, we're working on this, aren't we? We're getting our money back, which we should be... we're getting there. I mean, we keep getting these little bonuses to help us. We can improve our taxes. Ooh, title revocation. Well, we'll need to untick that, won't we, in order to take his lands off him. So we'll use our hook to do that. And we'll change that. Good. Okay. I'm glad we saw that. Because now we can start taking some lands off him once we get round to this. But we're getting there. As I say, we keep getting little bonuses with our money, and that helps. So we've got another illegitimate child. We seem to have quite a few now. So very careful about this. We keep it all under wraps, keep everything close to our chest. Deft diplomacy. My Chancellor Lord Tywin has worked hard to convince our neighbouring realms and vassals that the peace treaty I entered to with Lord Tybert of Worthmark is flawed, illegitimate and unfair to me. I am once again free to declare war on him as I please. Well, he's now our vassal, so it's not really a need for that. Let's get kidnapper. There we go. And so we'll deal with that in a minute. Let's find their court. So the easiest way is just to do that. And so what we're doing, let's try and kidnap this lad then. We struggled, we couldn't kill him before, but let's try and abduct him. 66% chance, that sounds good. Is there any way we can improve that? So we're helping with court intrigue, he's supporting our schemes. Can we bring anyone in to do anything? Not that we've got any money to bribe anyone with anyway. I think we have to run with it just at 66% for now and see how we go. The sermon. Today Lionel held a fiery sermon for all the children of the court. They were apparently spellbound, and he zealously read from the seven-pointed star. My daughter Jane now seems certain that she is destined for greatness, claiming that the seven who are one supports her indiscriminately. That's right, never forget that the divine is on your side, so she's ambitious, zealous, or sadistic. Well, I don't think we are particularly sadistic. That's not what we're about. We're not out for torturing people as such, but we are very ambitious, and I think we'd certainly pass that along to our kids, so we'll go with that one. Probably makes her slightly more dangerous in the long run for my heir, but that's not our problem right now. But we're getting there. We're nearly down here with this. We're going to get our claim hopefully soon, and then we can look at doing giving out a little bit of land. Liege goes to war. Lord Paramount Tywin of the Westerlands has risen up against Robert, King Rhaegar. That's a different game. Rhaegar of the Iron Throne in a liberty war. I must choose to stand with King Rhaegar of the Iron Throne, join Lord Paramount Tywin of the Westerlands, or stay neutral and let the tide of time guide my decision. Right. So, well, I don't think we particularly have any massive loyalty to one or the other. I think we see the Lannisters as an example of, an example of what we want to be, to have that. And I don't think that supporting the king would necessarily help us to achieve that. Don't think that was, particularly help us to achieve our ambitions of becoming perhaps one day, I don't know, something bigger than what we are. Maybe the Lord Paramount of the Westerlands. I don't think at the moment I don't think we're a big enough fish in the pond to even be considered. Even if we supported him wholeheartedly, I don't think he'd give us that, because why would he? We're nobody to him. We're just a high lord somewhere. But the Lannisters could influence our fortunes a bit more directly, perhaps. So I think we support. So Lord Rayner of the Gold Road for now. From now on, supports Lord Paramount Tywin. I think we support the Lannisters. I think that's where we owe our loyalty in that regard. And interestingly, let's just pause that a minute. He didn't. He supported the king. So that makes it very interesting. If we win this, which I don't know, what's our chances? Chances are looking fairly good, reasonably good. I mean, 137, 730 versus what? That's 244. So they've got more men. There's more men on the side of the king. We've got Riverlands on our side, so, and the some of the men of the Reach. We've got a great big long list of people. So we've got quite a few. It's quite a big war. So let's see what we can do. So let's raise our men. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to head towards the nearest allied forces and latch onto them and see what we can do. I think it's going to be a bit of a tricky one otherwise. What we need to do is need to make sure that we don't get caught out by any of these really big stacks of people, stacks of troops. I mean, the Pains look are marching off that way. So I think we need to get out of Dodge and try and seek some allies. So the Riverlands are on our side, so let's see if we can head up north and because there's a lot of people between us and where the Lannisters are. So if we see, let's go this way. Let's see if we can go up. That's going to lose us some men though. If we head that way, not if we go that way. Right, so we'll go that way. So this is going to be rather tricky. Let's see if we can. Oh, there's lots of enemy armies up here, and there doesn't seem to be any allies. Help. So let's just try and pick our way through this mess as good as we can. There's the... So am I actually in the war? Look at that again. Look at the list of allies. Am I there? Just scroll down. I don't appear to be actually in the list of allies. So I'm supporting him, but am I actually in this war? That is the question. I mean, because I don't seem to be able to find anybody. And the Riverlands are greyed out. Look, they're not actually offered to join war, Liberty War. So I'm not actually in it. Not actually an active combatant. So that's why I can't see. There's the Lannister army. Well, I think if we're going to support them, I suppose we need to actually be in it. But I tell you what, let's get a bit nearer to the Lannisters before we actively start doing anything. I suppose we could join. No, that's a bit of a close battle. Let's head out towards the Lannisters, and before we join in properly, see if we can avoid getting smushed in the meantime. I think we just attach on to that really big Lannister army, and right, there we go. Let's do that. Let's offer to join war. There we go. We'll do that. And we'll just attach on to his army. Oh, hang on. Can I attach? There we go. Attach onto army. There we go. So, and we'll just stay with him for now. So that way we don't end up getting caught out. And the idea is that once we're in a bit of space where we can actually siege something down, we can try and get a few points in the war, contribution points, to try and help get something out of this for us. I think we'll join in with the fights to try and just get rid of some of these big armies, and then we can do something about that. Oh, what's happened to Valar? Has he been killed? Captured? Oh, he's been captured. Oh dear, right. That's not good. Who could we put in his place for now? I suppose we could... We'll reassign him to be that, and we'll give Garwin the... That's it, we'll do it that way for now. Okay, so... Right, so let's just slow this down. So, let's see if I can highlight my men. So let's detach. And we'll go in and... Where are our men? Where are we? Are we in this fight? I must be in that fight. There we go, I am. Okay, so let's see about trying to siege some land down and get a few points on the board for us. So let's see. That would be a good target. So that's a capital for a lord who is against us. All the big armies seem to have been driven off by the Lannister forces. Right, this is us getting that claim. I think we can't for now. I think we'll just wait. There we go. So we've won that little fight. Spy was discovered. Okay, never mind. Whoops. It's in a previous court anyway. Right, so we need to just keep an eye out for people coming for us, but I think we'll look at just trying to get a few points on the board. So we needed at least 100 points in order to get anything out of this, and we've got something there. So we're 12th with 1% war contribution. So let's see if we can improve that score. And you know, sieging down a lordship might help, but we're not winning the war, which is not good. So yes, right, okay. Let's see if we can do this a little bit faster, but just avoiding getting smushed. When the time comes, my agents need a safe route to transport Roland out of Lord Lanwell's castle. A detailed map of the local hills with all its hidden paths and caves would be an invaluable resource. So this is pay a hunter. Yeah, well, we'll do it. Might as well go a little bit more into debt. Hunter is discreet. Excellent. So, are we nearly there with this? We're getting there. Spy was discovered. He was not careful enough. Can we get any money or anything out of you? Invite to court. I could bring him to court. He might be useful. Captain of the Household Guard. I don't know. We'll leave him where he is for now. Maybe his usefulness is done, but we'll see. Right, so we've got a few more points there, and we've helped claw a bit back in terms of the war score. Let's see. Let's move on to another one. What's going to give us the most score? There's no one around us, so no one that I can see anyway. So perhaps if we go for that one, that one's another main one. We're just selective about what we siege down, and hope the Lannisters can keep doing a little bit of battling and winning some fights. Pentoshi cheese. I stop at a roadside stall selling some simple foods. The trader, Alisan, plies me with different wares before reaching below the stall and bringing out a carved wooden box. For you, my liege, this is the finest cheese in all the realm. She pushes the small block into my hand, leans in and whispers conspiratorially, "It was crafted by cheese-making Pentoshi." Don't know what that means. Despite the bizarre comment, and it seems like he doesn't either, the cheese is incredibly good. I'll accept your cheese, but not your ridiculous story. I must find this cheese Pentoshi. What a load of rubbish. Do we care about cheese? I don't think we do. I don't think we care about who really made the cheese. I mean, we're not particularly... Yeah, what a load of rubbish. We don't care about that. It's cheese. Who cares? We have a dynasty legacy though. Westerman, all it got is gold, golden stool, holding taxes plus 20%. Noble veins, so that's about congenital traits. We've not really got any of them. Respect and loyalty, in which tend to others. Okay, so about desirable matches, maybe with that one. I mean, I don't know, because we're about pushing the family, pushing the ambitions of the family. That one's more about fertility. What does that give us? Defender and men at arms recruitment. We'll go down that route. I mean, it's we're sort of emulating the Lannisters, and this is sort of their, in a way, in all the ways that matter, I suppose. We're sort of emulating them. We're trying to be the new Lannisters, aren't we? And so, so 70% chance we get him. Right, we've got him. Before Roland even knew what was happening, my agents had him finally. He's finally in my hands. Can't speak very well today. Right, so he's in my jail, and so what we will do is we could execute him. We'll move him to the dungeon. Definitely do that. Hope he likes his new quarters. Excellent. So let's do that. Let's go with the next one. Can we murder him, or can we... I suppose we could just murder him. That might be simpler. Same amount of effort. So we'll just try and murder him. So yeah, we'll go with that. And I suppose what we could do is just execute the other one once we've murdered that one. But something like that. See if he just dies on his own, maybe. I don't know. We'll continue that later. But defeat. Oh dear. We lost the war, led by Lord Paramount Tywin. King Rhaegar imprisons every rebellious vassal and gains a title revocation reason against each of them. The Liberty faction is disbanded. Oh dear. So let's see what's happened. So Tywin's gone to the Black Watch, which I'm not sure is a good look for him. Well, I mean, he looks quite epic, but I'm not quite sure that's really what he was hoping for. Has any bad thing happened to me? Doesn't look that way. I can ransom him. Fine. Let's Court of Disrupt Schemes. Right, that's good. Yeah, we'll do that. And can we get him out from wherever he is? I should have swapped. I should have done that better, shouldn't I? Really. So, whoops. Well, we'll try and ransom him when we can. But yeah, so he's now married. Congratulations, you're in prison, but you're married. So we'll have to see what happens here in terms of whether, let's get rid of some of these, whether any consequences happen for us, given that we supported the rebellion. Tyrion is now the Lord Paramount. Lord Leo, my brother-in-law. Okay, so he is. So his heir was him, who is... Didn't we have some sort of connection up that way? I'm not sure. I forget. Or was it one of these up here? Was it that one? Yes, it was that one. I'm thinking of something else. Never mind. So our brother-in-law's dead. Oh, never mind. Lord Paramount Mace Tyrell, he's dead. So let's put his heir on our board and remove him. I think that's everybody else. So, okay. So we'll see what happens. And I think, I mean, we're we're going fairly okay. I think what I might do, I might be tempted to do, is to deal with our guest. I mean, would I kill him? I mean, I suppose he's standing in our way, and we're ambitious and we're wrathful, so maybe we would. I mean, it's certainly not beyond the realm of what we do, I don't think, is it? So, is our son, is Garwin already married to her? Wrong one. That one, isn't it? Yeah, they're already married. They've already got a son who is a Sarwyck. So, can't really divorce and all this sort of stuff. There's no risk of that. Sure, let's just get rid. So he's executed. Let's have a look at her. Who's she? So she is the spouse of Lord Donald's Marshal. So it's just someone we captured in the siege. Well, we don't particularly need her, but could we try and recruit her somehow as a spy or something? I don't know. Gain a weak hook. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll release her for a weak hook. I should have released him for a weak hook and then been able to get my son out of prison. That would have made more sense, but I didn't think it through. But we'll try and use her somehow. He is of no particular relevance to us whatsoever. Sure, let's just recruit him, because he's reasonable in some areas, so he might come in handy, you never know. But I think what we'll do is we'll leave it at that for today. I think, in fact, I might just get us back to positive money. Let's just speed up. Get us back to positive money. We'll see if we can get our son out of jail, and then we'll leave it there. That's what we'll do. So, because we're pretty much there now. There we go. We're into positive money. What in the world happened to my daughter Jane? So Jane keeps solitary. Grow close to form a friendship with her. There are enemies everywhere. You must learn that. She gains paranoid or craven. I think paranoid. I think we go more that way. There's enemies everywhere. We wanted to teach her that. Bastard born. No longer the slightest doubt in my mind. My lover Darissa has given birth to a daughter. Very careful about this. Keep it quiet. So, nearly there. We should, hopefully in a second, have enough to get him out. What's this? An appropriate representative. Being well aware of my plans with regards to Laurie and my wife, Leonella has come to you with a proposal. I have friends at Lord Lamwell's court. I could request that they house a guest for some time with a small token of loyalty and all the support I can offer. Karenna could do wonders on your behalf. Okay. Brilliant idea. Get a weak hook on Karenna. Provides espionage support. So let's just hold that over there. So that would improve that. Okay. Yeah, well, we'll do that. I mean, that's going to give us the money that I've just been saving up to free our son, but we'll soon have it built up again. Let's find the people who... Let's find him first. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Yes, we'll be honoured by such a gift, I'm sure. Accepts the gift. One thing cannot resist. Favourite treat. Bon appetit. 61% chance. And he's dead. Okay, so we are now once again in a position, I think, where our son is of the right family to just happen to benefit from the trimming of a family tree. I mean, if something were to happen to Dad now, it'd be an awful shame, but you know, maybe that's the way it would go. But anyway, right, so it's not just him choking on the sweet, evidently. Right, so let's end. I've been saying I'm going to end for the last few minutes, so let's try and end by getting our son out of prison. There we go. He's out. Yes, accept. So he's out of prison. So we will end it there. I think things are going fairly well. I think next time I need to look at doing something with these. I'll not do it now, but we'll look at assigning some of these, try and get some of these bonuses, which will be good for us, I think. But I think we've made some very good progress. I think we are in a fairly good position. Most of our children are going to inherit something. Obviously, our main heir will inherit our lands. We're going to look at... We're nearly up to that again, so we'll look at trying to carry on with that. We'll perhaps give him a title of some description, whether it's just a barony or a full county. I'm thinking more a barony, but, we'll see how we go. So we'll look at doing that. She is married to him, and he will ultimately inherit Deadwater. So that's good, and it's a matrilineal marriage. So again, the Sarwicks will have a presence over there. So that's just, there we go. So this territory here will be in Sarwyck hands eventually. And he is married to her, who is now the heir to Lansdale, which is down there. And so again, his kids will inherit that. And so again, Sarwyck will take that. So I think we're doing fairly well so far. We've got a couple of younger kids, obviously, who I've not managed to put anything in place for yet, but there is still time. I think, are we? Yeah, we've got a guardian going for her. We'll assign him a guardian now as well. He is looking like he's going to be more of a bruiser. Looking at things, he's a giant and he's rowdy. So I think we'll go with more of a military education for him. But yes, we'll leave it at that for today. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Give me your thoughts about what we've done, what we're doing, what we should have done, what we shouldn't have done. Suggestions for moving forward. I'd love to hear them. But for now, as ever, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.